What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cold Takes from the Land.
Cold Takes from the Land, where you get the coldest takes from the hottest Cleveland sports fans.
How's it going, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing well, pal. I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm here. I fucking sprained my ankle last week. Played on it in my first league basketball game. It was painful, but
Did you score 4 points?
9 actually, sir.
Hell, you almost got to double digits.
Yeah, I hit 3 threes, but my ankle hurt a lot, so I couldn't play a super ton. But we'll be back at it next week. But in more important news, not a whole lot in the Cleveland sports world. Cavs towards the end of the regular season, kind of just skidding by. Not a whole lot of new Brown stuff, but our Cleveland Guardians have played 10 games so far this season.
Yes, we are 10 games in, sitting at a 4-6 record. So we will talk about them and kind of we're thinking, a weekly recap on them?
Yeah.
Excuse me, let me fucking mute my phone here.
Guy,
you think we're professionals or something?
He's got all his hoes texting him and shit. Gosh.
Yeah, but you'd think we're professionals, but apparently not.
No, we're not. We're what's the opposite of professional? Unprofessional.
Just add a UN in front of it is all you got to do.
I'm fine. I'm doing great. But anyway, yes, the Guardians
You been drinking on your day off?
No. I promise, I'm not. Just
All right, good.
just other amphetamines. Anyway, so the Guardians are 4-6. Not too great of a start. Not too great.
No, not where you want to be, but we do have a little. God, fucking, if I could speak, Jesus Christ.
We're struggling.
We had a bad series against the Angels, but we have the White Sox now, so hopefully this is a little course corrector because they very much suck, as in they had 120 losses last season, so hoping we can sweep them here, because if we don't, I'll be very concerned.
Yes, concerned is the way to do it. Yeah, we get swept by San Diego, and then
they beat the dog shit out of us.
And then we lost the series
to... Yeah, we won the second game, I think, and then they won the first and third. So we lost to the Angels, who are also not a very good team. But Mike Trout kind of looks like a beast again, and here's hoping he stays healthy, because when he is healthy, he's one of my favorite guys to watch.
We should just trade for him, We'll give him...
That'd be nice.
We'll give him...
Daniel Schneemann and Gabriel Arias and all these other bums.
And then the corpse of Miles Straw. And
yeah, well, he's gone. He's not even on the team anymore.
That's why it's the corpse.
Yeah, that's true. We'll send his dead body.
Exactly. But
this one ain't getting monetized.
No, not at all. But yeah, so I guess we could talk about some performances out of the position players first, if you'd like, kind sir.
Yeah, we can do that. What do you want to start with?
Well, I guess first off, the first thing I'm noticing is the first stat that kind of popped out to me when I was looking at the starters. Lane Thomas batting a whopping 167. Coming off of a hot season last year. Kind of struggling.
He's riding the struggle bus. He just got hurt last game, actually. I'm not sure if you got to see yesterday's game.
I did see he got hurt, yeah. What is it, a contusion or something in his wrist?
Yeah, he got hit in the hand, and it was already a freezing cold day. If you're not from Ohio, it was about 30 degrees at game time, so he got hit right on the top of the hand. So thankfully it's nothing too serious, but he did leave the game in the 5th inning, I think it was.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll be back soon.
But yeah, he has been bad, man. He's been absolute trash. I mean, lefties and righties, he hasn't really hit well whatsoever. There's a lot of guys that are really down there. Like you said, he's sitting at a 167?
167, yeah. Rocchio's not doing great either.
Yeah, he's sitting at 167. Yeah, Rocchio's been real bad. Bo Naylor's been hitting very bad again. He's hitting 154. Then freaking all the way down there, you got John Kenzie Noel batting 0.59, which is just absolutely abysmal.
Good
grief.
He
did have a big walk yesterday, which he was the last guy to load the bases, and then we walked in the game-winning run. But
hell yeah, your boy Nolan.
Yep, he played well. His batting average still is ass. It's 125. But I think with these guys, hopefully now one of them will start to pick up a little bit because Thomas is out, and you're going to have to start one of them.
Right.
But actually, you might have to start both because you have Quan in left, and then you'll probably have to play Nolan maybe in center, and then John Kenzie in right field. But I think both of these guys, it feels like they almost have to have regular playing time because John Kenzie is not outside of the pinch hit where he fucking blistered the Yankees last postseason. He's not a guy that seems to do well when he's not in the rotation of position guys constantly. So.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely not Definitely not quite on the level of someone like a David Fry, who would probably be playing right field right now.
I wish, man. I hear he's been taking batting practice. He might be back the end of next month, I'm hoping, is the earliest. But if not that, he'll probably be back beginning of June. But I'm just hoping we can tread water until we get him back, and then we need to get Bieber back, because we'll talk about the pitching in a minute here too. But just to go over some of the other batting averages, we have, you see, we have freaking 7 guys batting under 200 right now. And then we have a lot of guys that are like right at 200. The only guys that have a good batting average are Manzardo, Jose. Then you have Steven Kwan, and Carlos has a decent average. But
yeah, Santana's batting 289. Old man.
Yeah, he's
still
well.
out there.
He's batting well. Yeah, he had a big home run the other day, and then I thought we were going to win that game, and then the Angels just stormed back and absolutely fisted us. I don't know why. Whenever Tanny Bybee pitches against the freaking Angels, he always gets absolutely dusted for some reason.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate version of circumstances, I should say, but yeah. I mean, obviously this
is
why
a lot of power right now, buddy. I mean, we're only 10 games in, 1/16 of the season, but we have Jose, who's got his normal stats, 4 home runs, and then you got Kyle Manzardo, who leads the team in RBIs with 9, so that's big. And he's got 3 home runs, but outside of those 2 guys, you're struggling to find another power bat, so it makes me wonder why the hell we traded Naylor for a guy that's not even on the damn team right now.
Right. Yeah, that is very much true. That is very much true. The one thing I kind of noticed is when you're talking about Manzardo, it seems like he's striking out a lot. I think he leads the team in strikeouts right now. So for him, it seems like a hero or a zero, because he's got 3 home runs, a triple, a double, 6 walks, which leads the team, but he does have 11 strikeouts. So he seems to be.
Yeah, he is striking out a lot. I was gonna say, and there's a couple guys. Thankfully, we're not having any like 2-2 guys that are like awful at striking out, but there has been obviously him. Arias still isn't that great. I don't really know what you do with him because he's still not playing that well. I mean, his average is 226, but he just doesn't really bring much to the plate as far as offense goes. And I'm not really sure what you do. Maybe you call up Juan Brito. I mean, Bazana, his first game in Akron, I think he damn near hit for the cycle. He had a home run. I think he had everything but a triple. So I'm
I saw he was going nuts.
Yeah, I would think about calling him up sooner rather than later, because you don't really have a good option at second base.
I was thinking I want to hit a Rubber Ducks game before he gets called up, I should say.
Yeah, that would be cool, actually. We should definitely do that. But yeah, man, when Thomas comes back, you have guys that were big contributors last year that just aren't doing anything. So Thomas has got to be a lot better. Nolan Jones and John Kenzie, hopefully one of those two can kind of catch fire. And then Bo Naylor really needs to get something going, because he's been asked to.
Yeah, another bad start to the year. I mean, I don't think he can really afford more, rough at bats. Otherwise, you might be looking elsewhere.
Yeah, you might have to with him. I like Bo a lot, but he really needs to get more consistent at the plate. And the one good thing coming out of this year is I've heard that they're talking with Steven Kwan about an extension. So let's hope that gets done, because we need that.
Yeah, he's been Steven Kwan. He hasn't had quite as hot of a start as he did last year when he had that ridiculous. What was he batting, like 500 damn near for a little while? But he's still batting 316. Austin 316. Freaking 3 RBIs, home run, doing his thing. But yeah, so I had a few standouts, but it just seems like that just in general we're just struggling to get some pop on the bat and get points on the board, get on base especially, it seems.
Yeah, no kidding. Freaking, it seems like a lot of the guys, we're having good at bats, but there's been quite a few games where we're leaving way too many guys on base again.
Right.
And the power numbers just obviously aren't there right now. So you need one of these 2 guys to step up while David Fry is gone, because if Bieber's going to be coming back and we're freaking 10, 15 games under 500, I don't think it's going to be tough to kind of claw back from that.
Right. Yeah, we definitely. I think like you kind of said it there. I think the objective here is to just stay afloat until you get healthy, and then if you can get Bieber back and get Lane Thomas healthy, and then hopefully David Fry back and healthy, you can kind of get back into the full swing. But I don't know. To me, this just kind of rings truth to the whole thing about why doesn't this team spend whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I really don't. I mean, I don't know if he thinks he can just get away with it because we have such a good farm system, but it really does make you wonder why we're not spending money when we just went to the ALCS last season. So it's frustrating, but I'm hoping something's done. I mean, you got to have a short leash with some of these guys. Like Arias, we've given plenty of chances to now. If he doesn't start doing something within the next 10, 15 games, I think you got to pull the plug and get somebody else in there.
Right. No, yeah, I don't disagree with you.
At least John Kenzie, we know, has the power. I mean, his average, he always struggles to hit for contact, but we know he has power, so you give him a little bit more leeway because he can change the game with one swing of the bat. And Nolan Jones just got here. He's been here for a cup of coffee, and he's still young, a guy in his prime that has potential, so you're going to give those guys a little bit of time to figure it out. But a guy like Rocchio and Arias, like, your two middle infielders, like Rocchio reverted back to last season Rocchio. I mean, I was kind of hoping we were going to get playoff Rocchio, but he has looked like absolute dog shit still at the plate. And
yeah.
As good as he is defensively, I just don't think you can't play him. I mean, when you're going up against teams like the Yankees and Orioles and other powerhouse teams, like, you can't get away with having Rocchio out there.
Right, exactly. And, like I said, it just shows that while our ability to develop guys is excellent, and I'd put it against any team in baseball, like, you gotta go get some stars, man. Like, you gotta go make some moves. Like, I remember you even saying last year with Mike Trout being injured, you're like, he's a great player, but he's been hurt constantly. Why don't we just try to make a run for a guy like that? And like, if you think about it, imagine if we traded for him while his value was maybe a little lower, and now he's been playing out of his mind. Like, just that's just one example.
Yeah, I know. If Paul Dolan spent any fucking money, man, it would be nice to have him. I mean, he would pretty much shore up your outfield, because then you could play Lane Thomas in right where he plays normally anyway, and then you could have Trout and Quan out there. But yeah, we need another all-star. I honestly, the way we're looking so far, unless we have a Nolan Jones or a John Kenzie or somebody break out, or Bo live up to his potential, I don't think we're much of a threat to compete at all this year, to be honest with you. I mean, we just don't have the pitching right now, and we really just don't have the hitting. That's the big thing.
Yeah, for sure. I think the pitching has been, at least some certain players have been really disappointing, if you want to get into that. The biggest one that popped out as one of our bigger additions was Luis Ortiz. He has been atrocious.
Yeah, he's been absolute dog shit. I mean, his second start was better. He only gave up 3 runs, but even then, I thought he was locating better in his second start, but he had a couple guys down 0-2, and I remember on the third run, I think this was the exact scenario. He had a guy down, 0 balls, 2 strikes, and threw him a fucking meatball right over the plate, and the guy crushed it for a home run. I'm like, I don't understand. He just can't locate well. I don't understand why you're throwing a guy anything that you can hit down 0-2. Throw 2 or 3 balls in the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's for his numbers, 2 losses, 0-2, 2 games started, yep. ERA of an 8.44, giving up 16 hits, 10 runs, 2 home runs, 4 walks, and his average given up is 3.48, which even for some of the other guys who are struggling, that is by far the worst, aside from Logan Allen, who started 1 game. So
yeah, it's not good, man. It really isn't.
You really would love Bieber.
Yeah, you would. I mean, even his last start, Tanner Bybee, was really bad. I mean, he gave up, I think, 6 runs.
6 runs. I've noticed he gave up 4 home runs, and he's only pitched 9 innings, which is insane. No, it's not good. His first start was good. I don't think he gave up any runs, any earned runs at least, or maybe he gave up 1. But yeah, the last start was absolutely terrible. And Gavin he was really good in start 1, and then start 2, he kind of was really shaky and not so good again. So if you're going to get that out of your top 2 guys, it's not going to be a good season. I mean, Tanner and Gavin both have to be very, very good if we want to make any kind of noise, because these bats simply aren't hitting right now. And with 2 guys like Rocchio and Arias out there, I mean, for as bad as Jimenez is, he already came out and has 3 home runs to start the year, which would be tied for Manzardo for the amount of home runs we have on this team. Yep. Second place, Jose has 4, which you expect out of him. Yeah, but we can trade away players, but God forbid we pay ours and trade for these players. 2 trades too. You know how much I always harp on having the Guardians rarely ever lose trades, but it's looking like we lost both of these trades pretty fucking badly, because we got Ortiz for Jimenez, and then we got a couple other guys that we don't really know much about yet, but Ortiz has not looked good at all so far. And then the guy we got for Naylor isn't even on the fucking team. I think he's in the minors somewhere. What a package there. I mean, that one I understood just because you want to get Manzardo in there, and then obviously we ended up signing Santana, who's played pretty well. But yeah, just Jimenez would be beautiful right now at second base. Yeah, no kidding. Especially defensively, because we've had some defensive mishaps too, which I don't know how many errors Arias has. I can check here, but it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on in the infield that
It was not happening last year, which is weird because Santana's had a couple good plays already. He's a Gold Glove guy. But it goes to show that the infield, like the middle infield positions in particular, and second base and shortstop are the two that get the most action. So if you don't have two guys there that can hold it down, which I think Rocchio can, he's good defensively, but still, even last playoffs he had a couple weird mishaps. Like it still happens to him every once in a while.
Right. I will say the relievers seem to be holding up just as good. I know Clase, I know he gave up a home run. But
I think he blew a save already, didn't he?
It says he's 2-0, so no blown save.
Well, I thought he did.
Unless I can't read.
What the hell? Maybe they don't consider it a save. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I could have sworn he blew one against the Royals. But I think, maybe it wasn't considered blown because we won.
Yeah.
But he blew a save that we ended up winning because we scored, I think.
Yeah, thank God.
The next inning. But yeah, he definitely blew a game.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure. So he's been, I guess, fine because, I mean, outside of that, I think he's played pretty well. But then, Cade Smith has played well. Gaddis has played well. Where's the other kid I noticed who's played pretty well? Where's he at? It was a kid I never knew existed. Where's he at? There he is, Jacob Junis. He seems to be, he's played pretty decently in his appearances. And then, unfortunately, McKenzie has not been great in his relief efforts.
He's been real bad. How do you got a 7.36 ERA as a reliever? That's absolute cheeks.
Yeah, I think he might be cooked.
It's probably because he's only pitched what is he? How many times has he pitched?
Only 3 innings.
It says. At 3 innings. Yeah, but Jesus Christ, that's horrible.
Yeah,
but
he
might
runs.
be cooked, man. He might be. I mean, his velocity's back.
He's given up 5 walks in 3 innings.
Yeah, he's bad, dude. He was like freaking yesterday. We went up against old Clevenger. Our old buddy Mike Clevenger's coming out of the bullpen for Chicago, and he walked 3 straight dudes, and the last one walked the last run in.
God.
Yesterday was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. We had a total of 3 hits and 1 run, and we got it off of a walk, and they had 2 hits and 0 runs.
Jeez.
So just bad baseball. I don't know if you can chalk it up to the weather or just we're both bad teams, but I hope it's not the latter because it's looking like we both might be pretty ass.
Right. No, I mean, yeah, it's a concerning thing, and something's got to be done. What's old Trevor Bauer up to? Is he still in China playing baseball wherever he's at?
I don't know what the heck Trevor Bauer is up to these days. He's probably on the Guangdong Tigers somewhere.
Have you ever seen his TikTok? Dude, that shit is so funny. He mics himself up for his. Actually, I think he might be playing in Mexico or South America of some sort.
Yeah, he played in Mexico.
And, dude, he talks so much shit during his at-bats. It's so funny because he'll be mic'd up.
Oh, I have seen some of those.
Yeah.
Is it like when he's wearing the red jerseys?
Yeah. And I remember every dude he strikes out, he's like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit." And it's like, dude,
that's
relax.
probably why he's not in the league anymore.
I know he's a bit of a head case, but good grief.
Yeah. Yeah, he's nuts. I think he also had some allegations or something. He had some Deshaun Watson stuff against him.
Oh, jeez, that's great.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope you can get Bieber back. I did see they put him on the 15-day IL as opposed to the 60, so that's good. Maybe we can get him back sometime next month.
That would be beautiful.
Cool. Yeah, if not, you got to have better outings out of fucking Gavin. And I mean, Lively pitched pretty well again yesterday. He only gave up 0 runs in 5 innings. So.
Yeah, I know. It was a pretty good
guy.
outing that game at least.
Yeah, I want to give him props too, man, because like every time our rotation seems to be on the brink of absolutely being dog shit and falling apart, we trot old Ben Lively's ass out there, and he puts up a solid fucking outing. He's not the best pitcher in the world. He's not the worst, but he's damn consistent. And when you need somebody to go out there and get you a win, he seems to always do it.
I feel like he'd be like the perfect number 3 in our rotation.
Yeah, well, he is the 3 right now. He's definitely behind freaking Gavin and Tanner, but it's just we need the 2 ahead of him to do something. Because if you're losing starts where Tanner Bibee and Gavin both pitch, that ain't good.
Yeah, I mean, if Bieber can come back and play well, then I don't know. Do you entertain a trade or something like that, or do you try to give some of the newer additions some time?
I would think about it for sure, because the one time Logan Allen pitched, he was absolute dog shit again. What's his? Let's see. Do we have his ERA here? Yeah, his one start, he's got a 6.75 ERA. I mean, the guy he has no velocity, and it's not even the fact he doesn't have velocity. He can't really locate his pitches very well. So he tends to do the same thing as Ortiz. He throws a lot of meatballs right down the middle of the plate, and they tend to get absolutely crushed. So I don't think it's going to be like last year where we pitch Logan Allen and we average 8 runs a game or something. I don't think it's going to happen again. That was kind of a fluke.
Right. No, yeah, he's not good. There's just a lot of not good going on in this starting pitching. So, moral of the story, trade 2 15th round picks for Mike Trout and call up the Dodgers and give them a slice of that. What's a good Ohio restaurant? Send them some Swensons, and then they'll give us Ohtani, and we'll be good.
Send them a slice of Swensons. Yep, we'll be good. Yeah, I mean, we could still turn this thing around. Obviously, it's super early. We're not trying to be doomsdayers or anything, but you need a guy like Nolan Jones, who you traded Freeman for, a guy that has good potential to really pick it up. I think he has the potential. I mean, he walked in the game-winning run last night. Did you see the end of the game at all, or no?
I did see afterwards. I haven't been able to catch a whole lot of games. It's just been like highlights and some
like highlights and stuff. Yeah, we had, I think it was bases loaded. We had no outs, and he was in a 3-2 count, and he was probably like 2 feet away from hitting a walk-off grand slam. Like, he crushed one, and even he was like looking over, and all the fans jumped up on their feet, and he missed a game-winning grand slam by about like 2 feet. But then afterwards, he was talking. He's like, I really just had the approach of going up there, no outs. I told coach I was going to win this one way or another. I'm either going to walk in the game-winning one, or I'm going to get a hit or a pop fly or something, you know? So that's a good attitude to have. We just need to start chaining up some wins here. Hopefully we can sweep the White Sox, get back to 6-6. And then I think we have a big series again against the Royals later on this week, over the weekend. So that'll be cool because they're right above us. They're in second place right now. The Tigers are off to a hot start. I think they're 7-4. So we're looking up at them, but I think we can catch them. It's just we got to really get some consistency with the top 3 guys in the rotation. If Lively can be what he is, and then Gavin and Bibee can be okay.
Yeah, we got Logan Allen.
You got to get somebody going. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I was going to say, I'll be watching that. I'm going to get a quick workout in here, then I'll probably throw that game on, but hopefully he doesn't get absolutely shelled. But we need that. Our 5 through freaking 9 has been just really bad in the starting lineup. I mean, Rocchio, we talked about, Arias, freaking Bo and Hedges, whatever you want to throw out there, they're both ass.
It seems like the fans just continue to say that same thing year after year. Be like, oh, if our bottom half of our fucking lineup was any good, we'd be all right. And they're just sitting there like, why isn't there's so little aggression to go and acquire anybody? So this is just what happens. I mean, you have your years like last year in 2023 where they just band together, play well, play efficiently, and make a little bit of a run, but you're never gonna win anything meaningful just playing that way unless you get fucking
it's going to be hard to win a World Series if you don't have at least a solid rotation of guys at the end of that there. And credit to Rocchio. I mean, he picked it up last year in the playoffs, but we can't afford to trot you out there for 155 games and you shit the bed and damn near all of them, and then all of a sudden pick it up in the playoffs. Like, no, you got to be good for at least a good chunk of that season.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So,
he has potential too. I hate it because he's a switch hitter and he's a guy that I really was touting for a long time. I thought he could be a stud. He just has not put it together at the plate.
Absolute cheeks.
Yeah, his defense is good. I mean, he has a lot of the intangibles to be very good. He just needs to, being a switch hitter too, you got to have a better average than what you have. Like, you got to be at least like 240 or something around there.
Right, for sure. Yeah, it's just disappointing, I feel like, again, it just seems like it's the same points that we try to, that we put out there, that all the fans put out there every year, and not a whole lot of change seems to happen. So I don't know, it's obviously we're 10 games in. Hopefully something clicks or a light bulb turns on in this front office and they go out and, try to make a little bit of a splash. I mean, I don't know. What's the last, like, quote unquote, like big trade we've made? Fucking like bringing in Yasiel Puig.
Thomas, probably. Oh, you mean like really big,
like high profile,
Oh, yeah. We don't really. I mean,
exactly.
We either sign guys out of free agency that we can get at a bargain, or we pretty much promote them through the farm system.
Which, I mean, thank God we have a good farm system. Could you imagine if we had a bad one? Good grief.
Oh, we'd be the White Sox. We'd literally be the freaking 120 lost Guardians.
Sheesh. Well,
yeah, but it's early. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't have a ton of hope for this year's Guardians team, but we'll see. If we can get Bieber back at 85% of what he was last year, then I give us a shot.
Yeah. we'll just have to wait and see for that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, because that's damn near. That's basically a guaranteed win every 5th day if he pitches that fucking well again.
Yeah, he was insane in his couple games last year before he got hurt, so we'll have to see. Yep. We'll have to see, but it's going to be an interesting beginning part to the season. Obviously, we're only 10 games in. We have a game tonight. And hopefully we can pick it up and make some stuff happen. Obviously, we'll have weekly updates, at least in specifics to the guards. And then,
probably Wednesdays, I'm assuming, yeah. We'll just do every Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll get these recordings, probably multiple on a Wednesday and Sundays, too. We can record and get, because obviously Cavs playoffs, NBA playoffs will be starting. The season ends here over the next couple days, and then we have the play-in tournament, and then we'll be able to talk Cavs, so that'll be cool. Go Cavs.
Yes, sir.
And
Go
see
Cavs.
if they
We'll
can
have to
make
get that out soon.
Yeah.
Let's hope, man. That's looking like the team. We said Guardians last year. I think the Cavs are by far the team that has the best chance of making some good noise and potentially winning the whole thing. So we'll talk about that.
Yes, it's going to be exciting. But that'll be for the next time you guys listen to our beautiful voices. And with that, we appreciate you guys for listening to our rant about the Guardians. Hopefully things improve, things get better, make something happen. And thank you guys for listening once again, and we will see you in the next episode.
Cold takes from the land.